Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to continue on team, and we're going to be looking at some customized cowboys and criminals from outlaws mostly, and as well some Native Americans. I just ordered some parts from abroad, and they came yesterday, and I managed to customize a couple of figures these 2 days. So up first we have this orange-haired outlaw. I've had this figure for a long time, but didn't have the parts to make him how he is today. So I gave him a yellow bag of money, a hat, and the belt over there, together with the pistol. And I covered his face as well with the mouthpiece, with the mouth cloth. I think it turned out pretty well. I took a look at how he looked like when it was when his set came out, which was I think back in the 90s, and it's quite similar. If I find some hand appendages, I will give them to the figure as well, make him a bit more complete. But I think like this, he's a pretty good bank robber or outlaw. And up next we have this figure over here. So this is a new figure that arrived yesterday, and it's a lovely figure. He has a very nice jacket, nice brown jacket, and with the sheriff's badge over there. I didn't want to, since he already looks really good, I didn't want to like overdo him with the appendages and spare parts and so on. So I just gave him a yellow hat and a rifle there together with its with the sling. But I'm still not sure about the hat. I was thinking of maybe applying a dark wash to the hat, make it, slightly less yellow, so it looks more like used and less shiny, sort of. What do you guys think? I think that's a good idea, but any opinion would always be appreciated. So yeah, it's an excellent figure. I think he goes really well next to the burglar over there. And another figure which arrived yesterday is this one over here. He looks quite similar to the first one, to the second one, the one I showed you. In fact, I think they could be brothers. Who knows, maybe one turned out to be a sheriff deputy and the other became an outlaw. I think that's a nice story there. So yeah, he's also looks really nice. So I didn't want to overdo it. I just gave him a black hat and a rifle and a pistol, and that's all. He looks like the type of outlaw that would carry, an excessive amount of ammunition. There's bullets. He's carrying bullets. So yeah, I gave him both fire weapons, sort of. Another figure which arrived yesterday is this one over here. This was a figure which I used to have, but I lost it somewhere. Now I have it again, anyway, so I'm quite happy about that. It's another outlaw. So I gave him a pair of black handcuffs, he's just been arrested, and nice little gentleman's hat there. And I think he can be like an educated gentleman who turned to a life of crime. Yeah, he's a really nice figure. I really like his black eye, which you can see there, which has turned purple actually, to match his clothes. So yeah, another excellent figure in my opinion. Put him over there. And the last cowboy I have for you today is actually a sheriff. So I managed to get this belt with two pistol attachments, and so I gave him 2 pistols. I also gave him a bow tie and a nice little hat. I wanted his hat to be a bit different than the hats that the criminals are wearing. In fact, his hat is a bit taller. Yeah, I also took a look at how this figure came out originally back in the 90s, and I think it's very, very similar to what I did here. I think he looks great. And up next we have a Native American, which is this guy over here. So I've had this figure for a very long time, just I never had the parts for him. Well, now I do, and I actually had to fix this figure because maybe I can do a video in the future where I can show you exactly the parts that like how a Playmobil figure is made. But basically, his back was broken, so the little plastic appendage which acts as his back was broken. I replaced it, so and now he can sit. He can stand up really well. I also gave him this nice belt, like an Indian belt, and I think it really matches the color of his vest as well as his face paintings. I gave him a horned helmet, a nice little Thunderbird shield, and I gave him this feathered eagle-like stick thing, which screams Native American. So he can be, either the chief or someone really high up in the hierarchy of the Native American community. Actually, he won't be the chief, because the chief will be this guy over here with this lovely headdress. I had one, but it got ruined basically with age, so I bought a new one. It's in excellent condition. I gave him also a pipe, an Indian pipe, and there's space in the back, where in his belt you can put a knife or something. I'm not really sure if I should put something there. I think maybe he can stay without anything. But he would look really well sitting down, surrounded in front of a fire and smoking his pipe. And speaking with his friends and giving advice, because he's the chief after all. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Would you have done anything different to these figures? Would you have do you like them as they are? I love customizing Playmobil figures. I know they look really different. Some of my figures look really different to the way that the figures originally came out. So if you search for them on the internet, you might find a totally totally different parts attached to that figure. But anyway, I really enjoy customizing them myself and giving them maybe a backstory, to make the characters a bit more lively and seem more real. So I'll see you in the next episode, and take care, everyone.